Joe Biden's new ad is total malarkey.
Mr. Reagan.
Joe Biden's campaign team put together an ad on the heels of a rather mild news story about the Canadian Prime Minister and blackface enthusiast Justin Trudeau. Donald Trump and Trudeau hosted a press conference in which Trump owned the Canadian Prime Minister in a very cool way.
Where are you now in terms of your number?
We're at 135?
1.3.
1.4. 1.4. And
They'll
continuing to move
They're
forward.
getting there. They know it's important to do that. And their economy is doing well. They'll get there quickly, I think.
He just slammed the guy. He did it gently. Cool, you know? But despite it being gentle, despite it being cool, he did thoroughly take him down like a jiu-jitsu master. Now, after that press conference, Trudeau went to an event at which he derisively explained to his fellow world leaders that Trump made him late. Ooh, Trump had a long press conference. Good burn. You really got Trump there. Psh, ouch. And why does he think that Trump's people's jaws had dropped to the floor? Like, they don't know that Trump does long speeches? The only reason they may have been shocked is that Trump's press conference was only 45 minutes. Like, what, it's already over? That was uncharacteristically succinct. Now, one of President Trump's first promises when he took office was to stop America being the world's policeman, to stop spending money and lives on stuff that has nothing to do with us. And as Commander-in-Chief, that's exactly what he's done now in Syria. With Veterans Day coming up, as well as Thanksgiving and Christmas, Noble Gold wanted to mark the leadership, courage, and vision of President Trump with this special coin made of solid silver. You have to agree, this is the perfect gift for the patriot in your life. This fabulous gift has a whopping $10 off the price and a free display case as well. Use the code Mr. Reagan 10 for this incredible offer. So if you're looking for something a bit different, something a bit exclusive, and you're stuck about what to buy, here is your answer, an American-made gift for an American-made patriot. Don't miss this one. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com and use the code Mr. Reagan 10 for $10 off and the collector's case for free. Now, all the media outlets are mischaracterizing this, of course, as if all the world leaders huddling together there were laughing at Trump. But I think it's clear from the video that Trudeau alone is mocking Trump, and Boris Johnson specifically is either uncomfortable or uninterested. Boris Johnson was actually later asked about this clip, and he seemed to have no idea what the reporter was talking about.
You've been pictured in this Buckingham Palace reception with Prime Minister Trudeau and others, apparently having a joke, maybe at Mr. Trump's expense. Do you not take President Trump seriously?
No, that's complete nonsense, and I don't know where that's come from.
And you know what? Who knows what Emmanuel Macron was saying here, but he doesn't seem to be going along with Trudeau. Trudeau looks like, a nerd in high school talking about the popular kid saying, that guy's a jerk, right, guys? Right? And all the other kids are like, we kind of like him. He's actually pretty cool. But, of course, the left-wing media is reporting this as, all the world leaders are laughing at Trump. Totally disingenuous. Will the public fall for it? I suppose some will, if they want to, but it's pretty obvious that this is misleading. Trump responded to the jibe with, he's two-faced. He's a good guy, but he was upset by the NATO thing.
Well, he's two-faced. And honestly, with Trudeau, he's a nice guy. I find him to be a very nice guy. But, the truth is that I called him out on the fact that he's not paying 2%. And I guess he's not very happy about it.
Sounds reasonable. Was Trudeau being two-faced? Absolutely. But I don't think that's a huge surprise to Trump. Trudeau doesn't like me? When did this happen? Look, Trudeau was clearly embarrassed by the NATO talk, and he was whining about Trump to let off some steam. It's funny sometimes what petty, stupid little things that the media jumps on, but, anything to make Trump look bad, right? But here's where things get particularly funny. After this story broke, if you can even call this a story, Joe Biden's team turned this incident into a campaign ad.
World leaders caught on camera laughing about President Trump. several world leaders mocking President Trump.
They're laughing at him.
My administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
World leaders mocking and ridiculing him for being completely off balance.
Allies are deeply worried about him. They say he's becoming increasingly isolated. Something is very wrong.
The world sees Trump for what he is: insincere, ill-informed, corrupt, dangerously incompetent, and incapable, in my view, of world leadership. And if we give Donald Trump 4 more years, we'll have a great deal of difficulty, if ever, being able to recover America's standing in the world and our capacity to bring nations together.
This is hilariously desperate. Look, I know Biden's got this new attack dog strategy, but it just looks sad. It looks like a loser pointing to the winner screaming, look, everybody hates him. He's a horrible person. I'm better.
Good, terrible, role model, hateful pile of trash.
It's just sad. It's sad. Now, just to be clear, this ad is coming from the Biden team. It's not some nonprofit group unaffiliated with the Biden campaign. You will find this on the Biden campaign's official YouTube account. So it is, in fact, as pathetic as it appears. Now, the other clip that the Biden campaign used was a real clip of members of the UN laughing at Trump for saying that he's accomplished more than almost any other president in history.
My administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
But you know what? I'm fine with that. Firstly, these UN folks are thoroughly fouling up the first world with their restrictive environmental regulations, the open borders policy bringing in immigrants from various unfriendly countries, facilitating terrorism and violence against their own people. The EU elitist a-holes are so arrogant that they're unable to see their own shortcomings. If they laugh at Trump, who is right to say he's accomplished more than almost any other president in history, if they laugh at him for saying that, it just shows how elitist, out of touch, and delusional they are. I'm happy that they dislike Trump, because if they liked him, it would indicate that he's one of them, and I don't want my president in that club. But Biden is correct on one point. Other world leaders should respect our president. With Trump, the other respectable leaders of the world, like Boris Johnson, do respect him. The weak leaders, like Justin Trudeau, must submit to his strength, and they simply whine behind his back. And the evil leaders, like the supreme leader of Iran, fear him. And that is a beautiful thing. But the power of Biden's ad rests on two truths. One, that Trump is not respected by other world leaders. I think we've shown that that is malarkey. The other contention is that Biden would be respected by other world leaders.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Yeah. I don't think so. All right, before I go, I want to remind everybody to donate $5 to my GoFundMe for my cartoon show, AOC and the Squad. You know, when I started this campaign, I thought you could donate just $1, but apparently that's not possible on GoFundMe, which is super lame, but whatever. If you're poor, don't donate to this stupid cartoon. But if you're not poor, why should you give me $5? Because America needs some conservative entertainment out there. Conservatives don't realize how powerful entertainment is. We don't get it because we're not as easily manipulated by cartoons and late-night talk show hosts as progressive teenagers are. But seriously, a lot of leftists get their political ideas from crap like this. And we need to make some of it ourselves.
We are so sorry. She bawled.
As stupid as it is, we need conservative versions of this stuff. So please hit the link in the description and donate $5 to the cartoon. We're in a culture war, people. Come on. The link's in the description. It's also in the first comment in the comment section. So scroll down and click. All right. Well, that's it for me. And remember, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. Good night.
Those who would trade our freedom for the soup kitchen of the welfare state have told us they have a utopian solution of peace without victory. They call their policy accommodation. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.